You can start off by saying, who are you?
My name is Dan, or Daniel. I also go by Quest in the gaming/esports world.
And what are you doing in Korea?
I live here. I've been living here. Well, I was born here, moved to Canada, and then I moved back in 2011. I've been here ever since.
What do you like about Korea?
What do I like about Korea? It's very safe. The stuff is very affordable compared to other countries/cities like New York, LA, Vancouver.
What don't
Yeah.
you like about Korea?
Damn.
I know probably many things.
Yeah.
But top of mind.
The lack of no, I can't say that. I can't say that in an actual interview.
understand.
No, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a certain.
It's an alcohol culture.
Yeah, it's an alcohol culture. I mean, I would drink. Like, I don't mind drinking, especially because it's a form of socializing. But it's, it wears you down. It's not good for your health, and I'd rather be partaking in another activity than drinking. If that makes sense.
Fair enough. And how did you get into gaming?
Okay, so it was actually through a guy named LS. So what happened was I just started. So there was a tier 2 team. Back then it was called like the Challengers of. It wasn't called LCK, but there was a Challengers team which eventually became a team called Griffin, which many people know. But back then they had a lot of like the OG Griffin members that some stayed, some left. And basically what happened was I was the translator for the coaching session that LS had, sessions that they had. And the funny thing is, after those coaching sessions, they were a bottom tier team and they won, I think it was their first game against, to my memory, it was a team against Kongdu Monsters, which was a top team at the time. They were part of OGN. But then they got relegated, back then relegation was a thing. So that's how it all started.
What do you think about the current state of League of Legends?
It is definitely, I would say it's not dying, I don't know if it's the right word, but definitely the popularity of it all has diminished compared to like the peak of when it was like really popular. Let's just call it the golden days, right? Especially because there aren't young kids that are getting into it. Most of the people are in their now 20s and their 30s. Not a lot of people are playing the game itself. They're more getting into Valorant. And even it's also evident in Korea where they are, there would be these academies that these pro teams set up. Right? And most of them would be going for their Valorant unless you are T1 or Genji, right? And
so what keeps you still interested in League of Legends?
I mean, at this point, I've dedicated too much of my life into it, so it's just. But again, I think that there's not that many games that can. I don't want to use the word topple, but. Like overtake or beat or whatever you want to call it. Like, I think League is still a great game itself. It's just very old. There's a very high skill cap right now, especially for new players. But if you get into it, then you get into it, and it's still very entertaining. So that's why I still play it.
If you could somehow have any job in esports in the world right now, what would be your dream thing to do in esports at the moment? If there's anything.
At this moment in time?
Yeah. Suddenly somebody says, Dan, you can do literally anything you want right now in the esports world.
I think I would... Good question. If I could do any... See, the problem with esports right now is that apart from the players, it's like players get all the money, and I mean, well, in league, right? Players are the ones that are getting the majority of the bag, as to every other job is, they're kind of clawing for the scraps, as they say, right? I think it would be content creator. I think that's the best way to go about it. I think if I could have any other, I would be a very popular content creator.
Famous quest, yeah. Any last things you just want to say, get off your mind? Any thoughts?
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school, kids.
Yeah. Don't be like Gorilla Jones, where you quit everything to pursue a pro career at this point in time. Never, but don't let it stop. Don't let that one case stop you from chasing your dreams. But be smart about it, you know what I mean?
All right. Who are you and where are you from?
My name's Nate. I'm from North Carolina.
From North Carolina. And what are you doing in Korea?
I teach English at an academy.
How long have you been here?
I think 7 years.
7 years. What do you like about living in Korea?
Convenience is number one.
Literally what everybody says.
Like public transportation, cheap, affordable, goes everywhere you need to. Like my last home, I literally had a convenience store in my same building. So in the winter days, I could go down in shorts, pajamas, and get whatever I needed from there and go back up. Like delivery is amazing. I can order my groceries at 11:59 and get them 3 a.m. the next morning. That's dope. That's dope. So like that kind of convenience stuff is probably like and as a person who lives here, like I think that's the best part about living here. Maybe.
What don't you like about living here?
I miss Western food, savory Western food. What don't I like about Korea? The nature is kind of whack. Like if you want to go camping, it's like a no tree kind of open plot area that some farmer rents out. It's not really like a good campground. Like if you want to go to a nice like hiking place, it's going to be on a holiday that everybody else in the country is also doing the same thing. So trailheads are busy and stuff. So yeah, maybe the like size, I guess. So many people packed together in a small place. So like apartments are small and even nature areas feel kind of crowded. I think that's a negative.
What are some things that when you first got here or whenever you go back to the States are some of the biggest like cultural shocks or big differences relative to back home in North Carolina to Korea?
Cultural shocks. Drinking alcohol in public. Or like
Or beer.
yeah, like in general just seeing like drunken people in public, like especially like not rowdy kids, like adults being rowdy, like not rowdy but kind of noisy and like clearly out and about like that. That was kind of shocking. What else was culture shock? The like safety, like we can put our bags and wallets down to save our space at a cafe, or put our picnic mat first and go to the Pyeongjam to get food and come back and you don't worry for a second. Like, yeah, that's kind of culture shock. Yeah, I think those are like kind of main things, I guess.
And what do you get up to for fun in Seoul?
I like to skateboard. It is a metropolitan city, so there's lots of like skate spots, nice grounds, cool edges and stuff like that. I like to go out and drink with friends. It's cheap to go out compared to like the States if you want to,
How cheap are we talking?
Like I haven't been to the States for a while, but I imagine like if you have a meal, just the food is like $20, and then per drink you're probably spending $10 or something like that. So versus here you get a bottle of soju for $4, $3 American or something, and it's like that's for one person that's like enough drinking for the night, to be honest, like one bottle of soju. But you'll do that with a group of people and it's not expensive. So yeah, like the price of going out to eat and have fun is really affordable. Yeah, for not rich person.
Cool. Anything last you wanted to share about anything?
I met my fiance here, so that's awesome.
How do you meet people in this country? Not just your fiance, but just in general. How have you made all these friends that you've got here? You have a lot of friends out here.
That's true. In the beginning, it was quite hard. So because I'm a shy person, so I'm not just like, yo, what's up, guys? Can I be your friend? It's not comfortable for me. So when I was first living here alone, I went to clubs and stuff like that, and just like I wanted to be around people because then maybe I would meet somebody, and I made like a friend or two that way. But the thing that was the best was definitely skateboarding. Like having a hobby that you do, people just approach you and you're just their friend right away. And so through the friends I've made through skating, I've also like branched that into other true friendships and relationships outside of skateboarding too. So yeah, I think having a hobby that you can do with other people is the easiest way. Outside of being a student, or I guess that's what people usually come here for. Being a student, you're like in the university scene, so you make friends easily that way. But yeah, coming here just to work or I don't know, solo live, having a hobby that you do with people for sure.
Any last things you wanted to say before you sign off?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Spaghetti and meatballs, spoons and goons.
Spoons and goons. Turkey noodle soup.
Hello, who are you? What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Jimin. I'm from Korea.
Nice. Were you born here? How long have you been in Korea? Your whole life.
You were born and raised?
Yeah,
Born and raised in Korea. What do you
Yeah.
like about Seoul?
I don't like Seoul
Why don't you like Seoul?
because there is so many cars and there's so many people, so I feel frustrated. And people likes to you shouldn't do. People likes to say you shouldn't do that like that, and we have to study so much when we are young. So, just bad memories to me.
What would you change about Korea? If you could change Seoul, if you could change Korea,
If I can,
if you can, you have the power to change this country. What
Yeah.
would you change?
rid of many buildings and people.
Get rid of people.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say? What do you like to do for fun?
I like to draw and I like to take care of cats.
Tell me about your cats.
I have 5 cats,
5 cats.
3 Maine Coons and 2 Korean short hair.
What are their names?
해치, 썬더, 바다, 안주, 소주.
Anything you want to say?
No.
Thank you, Jimin. Who are you and where are you from?
Where am I from? I'm Jae-Eun, and I'm based in Oxford, and I'm originally from Seoul.
And how long have you been outside of Seoul?
It's been 8 years.
What do you miss about Seoul and being in Korea?
Oh, definitely food. Definitely food here, and also friends and the old place I used to hang out with my friends.
What do you like about Korea versus Oxford?
So what do I like more
What
here?
are some things that you like about Korea that are good about Korea?
Much cheaper, better public transport, especially in Seoul. I mean, still compared to London, it's much better here. And a convenience store. And what else? It's normally things are faster here. So that's the pros and cons, but yeah.
You didn't say the cons of Seoul. What are some of the cons of Korea? What don't you like about Korea?
There is no being on the road. I know it sounds very foreign, but I hate to carry all the rubbish in my hands. And also people are not respecting your personal space sometimes, and then a bit competitive here, and some hierarchy in the work, and yeah.
I guess now that you've been away from Korea for a bit, what are some things that you appreciate about being outside of Korea? What are some things in Oxford and in the UK that you like?
More green there. I mean, because I just grew up in Seoul for entire my life, so I wasn't appreciate how you can be surrounded by nature. Especially when I was in the Sheffield, it was next to the national park and etc. So I quite now enjoying surrounded by the nature and enjoy the nature as well, and working culture there are quite nice, and then I quite appreciate that as well.
What do you do in the UK?
I'm a scientist. I'm a cell biologist working for the TCR bispecific molecules to cure the cancer.
Wow, literally cancer
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. Any last things you want to say about life in Korea, your life, anything at all you want to say?
I think now, because I regularly visiting Korea for a short time, like less than a month, now I kind of see Seoul as like with slightly different view, which is quite interesting. And also, like, I can see it's a really attractive place for visiting. So yeah, it's a lovely
What's the
city.
food you miss the most here?
Kimbap.
Kimbap.
Like kimbap,
Proper.
someone no, it doesn't need to be proper. Kimbap, someone made for you. I know. It's very sad. Yeah.
See? Thank you.
Yeah. No.
All right, who are you and where are you from?
I'm Alex. I am from New Jersey.
What the fuck are you doing in Korea?
I'm just chilling here. I'm at Hen's Club right now, you
Men's
know?
Club? What do you like about being in Korea?
I like that I don't have to spend $1 bajillion on rent.
How long have you been here?
Since October, but I was here 2 times before just traveling,
And how
so
long do you plan to be here?
till April 22nd, and then I plan to come back.
What's
So,
the biggest difference between Korea and where you're from?
transit,
Transit?
yeah,
If you
don't
could
need a
change
car.
something about Korea, what would it be?
I would make it so that I get less spam text on like Kakao and shit, because I don't know, like I'm like I can't read this shit, and then I translate it and it's like spam or it's like an ad. I'm like,
What don't you like about Korea?
What do you guys drink? Just one cocktail?
I don't know. I really like it. I can't really think of much. It's just like, I guess some things it's like harder to integrate here, but like especially understanding like bills and shit like that. But that's also just like life thing because I haven't lived on my own ever. So
Adulting.
yeah, just adulting.
Anything else you want to say to the vlog?
Unban wobbling.
Unban wobbling.
Unban wobbling.
Unban. Who are you and what is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Helen. I am from Berkeley, California originally, but I pretty much grew up and spent all my life in Seoul, Korea.
And so how long have you been in Seoul then?
It's going to take some time. I'd say roughly 80% of my life, at least more than 20 years for sure.
What do you like about living in Seoul?
I like how it has bits of everything in a pretty close proximity. Yeah, like I feel like when I used to live in North America, there used to be just like specific places I have to go to find some things, whereas here I can just easily walk down the street and like find everything I need, and it's pretty convenient.
And conversely, what do you dislike about living in Seoul?
Well, it's changing, but still, like, I guess lack of diversity and just like standards on different rights, I'd say, minority rights, social rights, gender rights and stuff. Yeah.
The biggest thing you would change about this country? What's the biggest thing you would change about this country?
I don't know. Like this can go on. So
Yeah,
I'm just trying to pick one. Huh. Well, this might change in like future time, but I think the one that comes up to my mind first right now is our culture around grief, because I feel like if I think about my grandparents, my parents, like my generation, my sister's generation, not a single generation has not gone through a trauma. Like there's been massacres, there's been like mass accidents, deaths. And so like I feel like we sort of like as a country developed this sort of like toxic culture around like not really talking about grief much and not really having a common space for grief. And unfortunately, a lot of like politicians take this as a chance to make it into a political problem. So that's also like a major roadblock into like having and like fostering more dialogue around it. And I feel like that's sort of like the starting point of like solving all these sort of like conflicts and discrimination in this country, because I feel like there's like a lot of like unprocessed trauma that just gets like passed down the generation, and I feel like it in general makes us less open to being more vulnerable with each other and just, yeah, consider that there are multiple ways of life. Yeah.
Well,
It's
what's
like
something that's made sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I just feel like it just like stifled us in a way.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people internalize their emotions here, and it's a don't talk about your emotions culture. On that note, what's something that's made you happy recently?
Great question.
Could
Made
be
me
the
happy
smallest thing.
recently. Oh yeah, I was at Han River the other day with my high school friends, and I haven't seen one of them in years because now she lives in France, and it wasn't planned. Like we were just like, oh, like if we all happen to be free that night, let's hang. And then a couple friends gathered. We decided to go to Han River on a whim because the weather was nice, and then we got there just in time for a beautiful sunset. So we're just like, picnicking, just watching the sunset, having a couple of drinks and food, and it was just like, it doesn't really have to be that complicated. This is good to me. Yeah.
Enjoy the wind and the nice weather.
Yeah,
and the nice
yeah,
view.
yeah.
Awesome.
All boils down to that, I feel like. Yeah.
Anything last you want to just end off with? Any thoughts? Any message from Helen to the world?
Oh my God.
That's all good.
Can't think of anything right now, but yeah.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah,
Who are you and where are you from?
I'm Anu, and I'm from Young Island from Busan. Young Island of Busan.
And what are you doing in Seoul?
I make music. I make fire music, and yeah, I'm just living my life,
What do you like about living in Seoul?
Actually, I don't like Seoul, but all my friends in here, and too many good food, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Why don't you like Seoul?
The people, maybe. Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
If you can change one thing about Korea, what would you change about Korea?
No more compare to each other. No more compare to each other.
Why should people care about Don't Worry Anu? Or just Anu?
Say that again.
What is cool about Anu? Why should people care about Anu?
Because make higher music.
Higher music.
Yeah. And Anu will change the game. Yeah.
When did you start making music?
I start playing traditional Korean instruments like at 10, 11, and I started playing drum at my 13, and I did the DJ at 17, and I started to produce the music at 20, and I started recording music at my 25. So I'm always making music type shit.
What's your favorite thing about being Korean?
Damn, that's a hard. That's a hard question. Favorite thing about Korean?
Very hard question. Yeah. Why are you proud? Are you proud to be a Korean?
Low-key?
Loki.
I can tell like safety in stay here, and yeah, yeah.
What do you think you like about abroad? You go to USA, right?
Yeah.
Where's your favorite place you've been outside of Korea? Thailand, America.
I fuck with Pattaya in Thailand. Yeah. Jet ski and scuba diving and type shit. And I fuck with NYC heavy because it's like mainstream of the earth type shit. Yeah, yeah.
You said you're from Busan, right?
Yeah.
What's something special about where you're from?
The seafood is world number one, I think. If you don't believe it, you have to visit. Yeah. Best seafood in the world, and nature is so beautiful and people are chill, and yeah, type shit.
Anything you want to say before we end?
Trust yourself and don't give up, and you can do anything, and make believe.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice
yes.
to see you.
Yes.
What is your name and where are you from?
My name is nickname or
Your choice.
my name is Roboy.
Boy.
I'm from South Korea. Yeah, in Busan.
What do you like about living in Korea?
한국에서 사는 거 중에 좋아하는 점. 한국어로 말해도 되네요.
Korean is okay.
Number one.
한국에서 살아서 좋은 점.
So safety and so free. 그리고 뭐가 있을까?
그러니까 나도 모르겠더라.
그게 끝인 것 같은데?
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Safety, freedom.
Yeah, safety, freedom.
What do you do in Korea?
한국에서 뭐 하고 있냐 지금?
I'm still work. E-commerce shopping mall and 뭐라 해야 되냐?
한국어로 말해도
E-commerce shopping mall logistics team. Yeah. 거기서 일하고 있지.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He works there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shopping mall.
Shopping mall?
Kopang?
No Kupang.
Small one.
Girl fashion e-commerce shopping mall.
Girl fashion.
Yeah.
If you can change something about Korea, what would you change?
네가 한국에서 바꿀 수 있는 게 있다면 뭘 바꾸고 싶냐? 하나밖에 없지 않나?
Everyone people thinks
We so bad.
yeah. 근데 이거는 좀 말하기 좀 그러니까.
This is like
Yeah. Same.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
뭐 아무튼 뭐 그런 거나 좀 사람들이 너무 닫혀 있다.
people are closed mind.
Yeah. Many people so close mind.
You want to change.
Yeah. This is so bad.
I heard you were once a gamer, streamer. What kind of games do you like to play?
These days?
아니 뭐 스트리밍 할 때도 괜찮고 요즘도 괜찮고 그냥 둘 다 설명해 줄래? 원래 막 스트리밍 할 때 메인으로 했던 거는
그러니까 지금 생각 중이야. 뭐가 있지?
He used to streaming game. The name of
어렵네.
Gary Mode. Do you know Gary Mode?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
he used the stream the Gary Mode mainly. And these days,
These days?
not streaming but
These days 뭐
Forza Online.
Yeah, Forza Online. And so simple games.
Simple game.
Yeah.
If you can drink
간단하게.
only one drink, what do you drink?
하나만 마실 수 있다면 술 브랜드 중에 딱 하나만 그냥 술 하나만 마실 수 있다면
내 마음은 소주인데, 예, 근데 소주 하긴 너무 아깝고, 근데
You can do this in English, I believe.
또 뭐가 있을까? 어렵네.
무인도에 일어났는데 딱 술 한 병 있으면 좋겠어. 그게 뭐였으면 좋겠어.
I'm Korean. 소주. Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything you want to say?
아무거나 하고 싶은 말. 사람들한테.
사람들에게 하고 싶은 말. 화를 줄이고.
Less angry.
Less angry. 화를 줄이고. 주변 사람들한테 잘하자. 우리. 뭐라고 말해야 되냐?
주변 사람들한테 잘하자.
주변 사람들.
네.
야, 뭐라 해야 되지? 주변 사람. We are friends.
Everybody should be peaceful.
Everybody should peace. Oh, yeah.
Let's do a kindful act. Everyone.
Everybody should act kind to one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
We all bleed the same.
My friends. 예. 뭐 우리 친구들한테만.
Only in friends?
Only in
Not-
friends.
not-
Yeah. Not in world. Not in world kind.
That's the interesting
My friends.
point.
Yeah.
이 사람들한테 잘해야 되는 거 아니야?
사람들한테 잘할 필요 없어. 그냥 뭐
친구한테 잘해.
친구한테
잘해.
주변 사람들한테 잘해. Family and friends.
You want them to do good things.
He talking about like family shit only. Like
Family
shit.
shit, yeah.
Family shit only.
Cool. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you and where are you from?
I'm Chilloud, Gu from Korea, South Korea.
What do you do?
I'm basically producer, but I make my song too, and I can make videos too, and I can design too.
How long have you been making music?
It's like over 4 years. When I was 17, I started this.
What inspired you to start making music?
First, okay. When I was very young, I played rhythm games like Geometry Dash. So I heard many American electronic music. So it inspired me, and I listened hip hop when I was in high school. So I started making music like this.
Who were some of the artists you were first listening to? Which artists, which rappers, which hip hop music did you listen to?
Did
Yeah, when you
in the
first
past-
started.
I first started. It's a shaming.
Don't need to be ashamed. Don't need to be ashamed. If not then, you can talk about now. Who are some of the influences now?
Now.
Inspirations now.
My biggest inspirations are Drain Gang and No Scope from Poland, and Lil Soda Boy, my friend.
Mm-hmm. What is your goal with your music career?
Seriously, I don't really know, but my dream is like doing music forever without any borders. Yes, that's my dream.
What is your favorite Chilloud song?
My Chilloud song, favorite Chilloud song. Oh, now so many because I have so many songs. In my on my SoundCloud, I have over 200 songs.
So favorite is hard.
Yes, but now my favorite is named The Drama I'm Not Hero. My recently song.
Not about music. What do you like about living in Korea?
All system is very fast, and I order something, then I get received in one day, and foods are very good and very safe.
What do you not like about Korea? You don't have to answer.
Korea, I think Korea underground culture is very, very, very underground. So most of underground musicians are starving. I think there's many good artists. So I hope them and me goes up more.
Where do you like to go the most? If you leave Korea, where would you like to go?
Originally, I'm shy boy, so I don't like to go club or something. So my favorite spot is like DJing studio for practice with my friends, or I'm like going random place in Korea, like something looking strange or something looking old. I like to go the place I don't know.
And you said you like Korean food. What is your favorite Korean food?
Tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
I wanna go Canada one day for real, because many of my friends lived in Canada, so I heard a lot. I think there is very chill place, so I really wanna go.
Anytime. You are welcome.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Can you introduce yourself?
Nineorzero, artist from Korea.
Okay, you're an artist. What kind of music do you like to make?
Hyperpop, EDM, dance, and hip hop music.
What got you into making music?
I always liked listening to rap music since I was really young. But I remember, I think it was Lil Uzi or something. And in Korea, it was Esports Expert. I listened to one of their songs suddenly, and I felt like I could make music like that. It sounded so good.
When did you first start making music?
2020, I think, 2020.
So some of your inspirations, Lil Uzi, Future Six Suave, who else are some of your inspirations?
Oh, actually, Lil Uzi just got me like to listening to more like auto-tune music, but I don't really listen to his music a lot. But maybe like motivation. There's a rapper named Killy, if you know, from Toronto. I really like Killy's music, so I think he was biggest inspiration. But I always like listening to, like Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Dr. Dre when I was young. So, but nowadays it's like there's an artist named Speaker Knockers. Speaker Knocker is one of the biggest inspiration now at this moment.
And your English is so good. How is your English so good?
Because I studied in Canada for so many years. Yeah.
Where do you want to go with your music career?
As in, like, my goal?
Yeah, do you have any goals with your music these days?
Actually, I'm not sure, but maybe I would say have global fans, like have enough fans to think as myself as a, not just artist, I would say a rapper, like have whenever I have a show, sometimes I would worry if no people will show up. But like I want to be at the point where I don't have to worry about that at all and think more about what kind of music I want to like release, more than like will anyone ever listen to it.
What are some things you like about living in Korea?
In Korea, that it's convenient. Like everything is just here, and the subway and taxi, everything is so convenient.
And why should people care about Nineorzero?
It's a hard question, but I would say because I really think that there's not much. Actually, there's no artist like Nineorzero.
Anything else you want to say?
I wish more people would recognize me as I recognize myself. Yeah.
I hope that you get all the recognition you deserve.
Thank you.